Glock P80 review, Nut and Fancy project. Tactical Doodle is here.
The holy grail of Glock collecting.
Okay, so you could go out and buy a Gen 1 Glock 17 that was available in the US for about 2 years.
Yeah.
In 1988, they went to the Gen 2, so it was a short span of time. You could score a Glock 17 Gen 1, not a P80, very similar, but a Gen 1 Glock 17. If you have one of those, if you are an original owner of a Gen 1 Glock 17, please say so and comment so we can bow down and give you honor.
They are very rare.
I say that because that means you were an early adopter.
Yeah.
That you saw Glock greatness right off the bat. You didn't listen to the naysayers. If you're an original owner, I came into Glocks in 1989. That was my first Glock. The Glock 17 Gen 2 is what we have. We don't have it on the table. I've shown it a lot on camera though. I did have a frame replacement on that one because the original frame cracked when I used an optics mount on it. So it's in service still, actually.
Yeah.
It's wearing a Crimson Trace laser. So 89 is when we came into Glock. So we're pretty early.
That was very early. If you remember when you started the channel, you liked Glocks, and that was still an unpopular position.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people took a lot. That's part of the interest.
I caught a lot of hell for it.
And that's why people are getting on board with Glock collecting as an idea, because there was a lot of ranging from ambivalence to outright dislike of the platform. They didn't like, the rumors, it's made of ceramic and plastic and give me good American steel by my side.
Well, it was that, and also people hate things that are kind of the Borg.
Yeah.
That kind of absorb and take over the market. There's going to be an automatic resentment from a lot of people about that, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that push could be expected. I mean, I think any amazing design like the Glock design would garnish that, dislike, that, the hatred.
Is there anything that's more function first and only? I try to think of products that are like a Glock, where it's just all doing its job to a T. It starts and ends with that. There's no
We
style,
call it first cool here, guys.
Panache, just function all the way, and I think a lot of guys don't like that because it's not interesting, it's not you can't obsess over it. And that's why we see now people are starting to look back at the few variations, the few small, hard to find things, going, yeah, it'd be cool I really want to flesh out my Glock collection.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And what you're saying is that Glock is first and foremost about first cool, and I totally agree with that. We totally agree with that. We've talked about it in so many videos here in TMP. But now we're looking at a second cool Glock.
Yeah.
So this one is hearkening back to the Gen 1 Glock 17, which very few people have, let's be honest. And if you were to get one, TD, how much are they right now? Ballpark it.
About $2,000. I would budget. Wow. And if you can do better than that, congrats.
Yeah. So let's jump into philosophy of use here on Tabletop Nut and Fancy Project. And again, this is a long-form entertainment piece, kind of a gun review as well. If you want to know just the facts on the gun, please just Google Glock P80 and go to the manufacturer's website. It might be, I don't know if Lipsy's has a website. They're a distributor that actually commissioned the production of this gun. Yeah. 5,000 and 5,000 is a production run in 2020. I don't know what the future holds. You're going to have a hard time finding it, I think.
Yeah.
I think most of them have been snatched up. Thanks to Gunny's, the great American gun store, long-term association, no money changing hands. They just loan this gun to us. If we love it, love it, love it, we have to buy it, buy it, buy it. Yep. They don't give it to us. But this is a second cool piece,
and it's
first and foremost.
Hell of a time for it to come out in 2020.
It is.
Because how many immediately sat on the shelves amongst a bunch of other ones? People go, I don't care. I heard Glocks are good. Give me that one. They're like, well, it's kind of a weird collectible. It doesn't have a rail.
Interesting.
It's missing something. Don't care. I'm buying it.
Right.
Like, okay. Awesome.
It's interesting you say that too, because I wonder how many people bought this not knowing that it's kind of a second cool collectible Glock. They just go, oh, Glock 17, I'll take it. And they took home a P80, and they're maybe first-time gun owners or new purchasers. I bet you there's a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
Because honestly, in 2020, Glock 17s, Glock 19s, Glocks of all flavors, at least in 9mm, hard to find.
Yep.
Handgun Haven associated with TMP, Gunny's associated with TMP. I'll tell you what, they have shipments of them, but they're few and far between, and when they come out, they sell out within hours.
Yep.
With what's been going on with the VPA riots, that's a new acronym, by the way, and it stands for Violent Party Actors. Speaking of violent. Yeah, VPA, new acronym, and so these are the people you see, the leftists, the communists, destroying the big cities. Democrat cities, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, with that going on, people are like, I'm arming up. If you hadn't been armed up already.
Yeah.
TMPers, by and large, God, are way armed up anyhow.
I wish we had a collection point that everyone could forward the panicked messages and text from formerly anti-gun friends and family.
Yeah.
Going, hey man, can you give me a gun or two?
Yeah.
I really just, I know I made fun of you and always talked down to you about it. But
Right. Yeah, there's a lot, even some left-leaning folks that have purchased guns. We've talked about that before on camera too. Philosophy of use. Something that harkens back to the original Glocks. Maybe you just want the original formulation that Gaston Glock envisioned.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's different from a Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5 Glock. There's no finger grooves. Has a pebble wraparound texture. There's no forward slide serrations. Has P80 in the original font. And the P80 was the Austrian service pistol, I believe, that replaced the P38, right?
Which is another awesome aspect to the collection.
It is.
If you're a Milsurp collector,
Yeah.
it's cool to have because
Yes.
you don't find many modern pistols. Not modern Milsurp stuff. You throw this with your AUG.
So
and
this
you get
is
your
really
weird,
an Austrian service pistol,
the
not a
short
G17.
shorts that they still
Super
have.
cool. Super cool. So kudos to Lipsy's, whoever spearheaded this project is super cool. The rest of the formulation is pretty much standard Glock, and we may bounce back to that after we get done with POU, but you can see that there are some differences. Philosophy of use, though, primarily is a collectible. Mm-hmm. But here's the deal, too. I think it is also a completely competent go-to-war pistol because it's a Glock 17 for crying out loud.
It shows you how freaking excellent the design is that you can remake the Gen 1 and just throw it out into the market and it does just as well as anything else.
In 2020, with all the amazing pistols out there that we've reviewed, the Masada, the CZP series pistols.
Yeah.
Dude, so many awesome pistols. The PPQ, the XDMs. And Glock still holds its own.
What are the competitors from the era? Can you think of any?
Absolutely.
If you were to remake them, like
Absolutely. The Model 92, that's a competitor. The Taurus PT92, competitor. The H&K P7 M13, competitor. All the 1911 series from that era. The P226, the P228 were from that era.
Like that.
Polymer, you had the VP70.
What was the Colt one? Was it the Colt Millennium?
The Eagle. I want to say the Eagle, the goofy one that never took off. There weren't any super lightweight ones. H&K, I believe, was the first to do it with the VP70, right? And the P9. And those were, the VP70 was actually meant as a machine pistol, I think, to be issued with a stock.
It had that
it wasn't
weird
a handgun.
select fire stock.
Had a straight pullback trigger. It was super heavy, if I remember right. P9S, I want to think, was another H&K design. It was cool. But Glock is the one that did it. They're the one that put all the parts together to make it a true super lightweight 25-ounce combat pistol. And by the way, while we're talking, we'll be showing Glock shooting as we go. We've done thousands upon thousands of rounds of Glock shot here in the project. We might even show you some P80 shooting here. Yeah, with the crew. Philosophy of use then. Collectible for sure. Go-to-war pistol.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Holds up.
Yeah, it's a Glock 17, a Glock 17, and a Glock 17. And that's about it, really. Other stuff that you could insert there, like, truck gun.
Yeah, the whole spectrum.
Yeah, all the stuff we've discussed so much.
I think that it just excites me. I'm glad that I'm not buying it, probably.
You're not buying what? The gun?
The P80. They're cool.
Okay, so you're saying you would not go out and buy a P80?
Nah.
Okay, why? Tell them why, though.
I don't have a need for a base Glock, and I would rather have other versions of a Glock if I'm going to collect.
You know what? I agree with that.
They're more like the MOS.
Hold on, let me qualify that. I agree with it in that if I'm going to get a go-to-war pistol, and that is my primary purpose in obtaining the pistol, I want a latest gen or a 3rd gen Glock. Here's a 3rd gen with a Olight Balder Pro. I think that's a Balder Pro. No, I'm sorry. That's a PL Pro Valkyrie. We'll put a link below.
Hit that Evil Roy now, to the right. Look at this system, dudes. This is a system. Okay, stop for a sec. Narration. This is better than a pistol because you could do that with a pistol, but you got to be really good to do those transitions you were doing.
Yeah.
And we've done it out here, and you can do it, but the brace just makes it so much
You won't
easier.
be nearly as stable. I wasn't looking at the sights on that.
You're just doing laser?
Yeah, laser. Because then you keep it consistent. As soon as it touches, that's way quick.
Here.
Yeah, I'd go with something like this.
Not having a light rail really bugs me.
I know.
A full-size pistol. For carry, I don't mind full-size.
So Gen 3 here. A couple of additions. I got a Glock 34 extended mag release, 3.5 pound ghost connector, extended magazine release here. I can't remember if I put the smooth face trigger in. Some of them have serrated triggers. But yeah, a modern Glock with enhancements, definitely to have an accessory rail on it.
Yeah.
Getting into features, we've covered some of them already. You have the same trigger guard as before. It does have a smooth face trigger, and I don't know if the P80 had a serrated trigger on it or not. No accessory rail like we've mentioned. You still have the half moon semicircular cutout here in the magazine well. It comes with 2 Generation 4 mags, TD. That's
Cool.
pretty good. So you're getting high value. And Gunny's, the Great American Gun Store, was selling this for like a pretty low price.
And that's the thing. When I say
was like,
I wouldn't
what?
buy it, I'm talking in the current market where they've kind of been out there and now they're already on the upswing. People have bought these out and they're going, cool, I'll flip it. 800 now. Mm-hmm. Like, ooh.
And notice that it has a small magazine release here.
Yeah.
2-pin arrangement. No beveling on the front of the slide. Has the plastic fixed sights in there. Same Glock that we've known for so many years, but just kind of going back to the older featured one. Here's the magazine.
It's cool shooting it back
Stainless
to
steel
back
line.
with something newer.
Yeah.
You feel kind of the small ergonomic differences, smaller mag release.
Pull that
smaller
mag out
slide
real quick.
release.
I want to show them something. Turn around so you can see the witness holes. Notice the shiny, and they blued this because if you go back to the original mags, they had not stainless steel liners, they had like blued steel liners, and it looks like they've blued that stainless steel in there. That's a stainless steel Gen 4 mag, but they've blued it to make it look like a Gen 1 mag.
That's cool.
I just noticed that. And the thing that was maybe not so great about the, I don't know if they're Gen 1, Gen 2 mags, is when they were full, they wouldn't drop free because they would bulge out.
Yeah.
Because they weren't like fully stainless steel lined. So I think these are Gen 4 mags. That's pretty cool. Nice attention to detail. Standard magazine plates. That's pretty much features there. How did this shoot? What do you think, TD?
I thought it shot pretty well.
It shot just like a Glock 17.
It was a little slippery in comparison.
Right.
This is
The grip ain't great. It sucks.
not very useful.
It sucked. I wonder if people are going to go back to the non-grooved P80 and they're going to go, oh my gosh, why did we ever move from that grip? Because there's no finger grooves, which we see in the Gen 5s, right?
Yep.
But this is easily remedied if you just wanted to put more traction on it. You could put like a grip material on there. There's several companies that make some grips that are easy to apply. There's decal grip on this one. This is like $9.
Yeah.
We'll put some links below if you have a Glock like that. Go watch my ancient Glock modifications video. I go over all the modifications I did on there.
I watched
It's one of
that
my
a while
highest rated videos ever.
It's
and
like
watched
going in a
videos ever.
time machine.
It is.
Because the Glock mod market went from that in like a year and a half suddenly, hey dude, check it out. This is my $3,800 Glock
Right.
special. And you're like, wait, what?
And we've beat up on that a little bit. What was it, the Zev Glock that we got and shot? You remember that as a few years
I
ago?
loved how it shot.
It was
It was
awesome.
awesome. It's
But-
just money.
I ain't going to go out and spend $2,000 on a Glock.
Uh-uh.
In first cool, it don't do any better than this gun right here that's 700-ish. Ballparking. I forget the exact price on it.
When I talk to guys about their builds, it's hard to swallow. You can buy like full-size rifles for the price of some of the money they drop on slides.
Agree, but let's be consistent here in Team P, and we are. If you throw out the second cool flag, you cannot criticize a guy's purchase because we all buy stupid stuff. We all put money into things that other guys will look at and go, why did you spend money on that? If a guy puts $2,000 in a Glock, it makes him happy. He shoots it, he doesn't shoot it, and he says, you know what, second cool. I'm like, okay.
As long as it works,
Okay.
I'm cool with it. I won't
as long as he
mock
doesn't reduce the reliability and stuff.
I will mock him when he goes, yeah, I don't. It's basically like, you just have to rack it a couple times.
Yeah.
I got 5. I'm like, dude, it's a Glock. Come on.
Yeah. How it shot, standard Glock 17, which is to say, awesome. I still, to this day, love shooting Glocks. Sean the TMPer helped me test it. TacticalDoodle helped me test this gun. We all loved how it shot, but we're very familiar with it. It's not like the P80, the Retro Classic Edition, is going to open your eyes to a new way of shooting a Glock. It's a Glock.
Yes.
A Glock's
cool.
a Glock, right?
It is cool. Yeah. Yep. That is very cool. It shoots great.
Yeah, you're nailing it, dude.
really
I don't think you
does.
missed any.
Yep. You want to know something funny?
What?
I still don't own a Glock.
Dude, that's weak.
Not one Glock. But it's funny because every time I pick one up, it shoots great for me. I love them. So I am going to have to get one eventually.
Promises.
That's right. If I can find one right now.
They have those.
Yeah, they're in stock.
Snapshot in time. Who
Yeah.
knows? I think they're going to be selling like crazy.
Yeah.
These P80s are going to be flying.
This thing is cool.
So it's
really
a Gen
cool.
1 with all the modern upgrades.
Yeah, a little smooth on the grip. I think probably
You have
want
to add something.
Stipple it a little.
So you buy a Gen 1 and stipple it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, but it shoots great. Love it.
All right, I'll do 2.
And I don't know if I have a P80 target, but this is a 3rd gen. It might be the very one on the table. It shoots like this.
Yeah, I lost the P80 target. So just imagine I brought out a
It shot exactly like this.
I shot it, let's say at 150 yards, 18 mile an hour wind.
This
and it
is-
was 1.2 MOA.
This is like at 10 yards, I believe. So there you go. Lions Club range up there in Utah. Oh, look at that group, dude.
Right.
Look at that. Love it still. This is in 2018, I said this. So it's going to be phenomenally accurate. It has a polygonal rifling, 14 millimeter barrel. It does not possess that pencil barrel that some of those earlier Glocks did, and I'm glad for that. I don't know if I would dig it. I think a lot of collectors would, because it'd be so different from what they have. They go, oh, pencil barrel Glock 17 or P80.
It's kind of an interesting study too in making a special edition on tooling that you likely have already.
Right.
Because I doubt they would be able to make a bunch of barrel blanks for a small run like that.
And then your cost goes up, doesn't it?
Yep. They did this very affordably.
That's the thing.
For what it is.
Right.
And that's what
Right.
blows me away.
Right. Show him the box too. And while he does that, I'm going to pull the trigger. It seems like it has kind of a stiffer trigger than I remember. Cool box though. Look at the graphics on that
Awesome.
box. And it comes with the old Tupperware container, which is super cool. 814. What? I love the Tupperware container, and I have an original one over here somewhere. Do you have it?
Didn't I just put it over by you?
It's super cool. I'll go look.
Just holding it.
Oh, I have it right here. Here's my original, one of my original Tupperware containers.
Not cool.
One of our Glocks. This is purchased in 1995. That's a Glock 19.
That is awesome.
There you go. Look at
one doesn't
that. And this is a new version of it. I love the Tupperware container. They should still do it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So there's your second magazine. It's got a loading tool in it and a cleaning brush, and I think a cleaning rod in there too. Yeah, it does. Great value, really. Great value. Let's pull it again. Try this. Let's pull it again. Dang, I'm still getting like a 9-pound. Oh, dude, show them that price.
Yeah.
$599. I was thinking $700.
Yeah.
So contact gunnies, I doubt they're going to be in stock
You can get this one though.
unless we decide to buy it, dude. 715 is the lightest I can get. So like I say, it's got a heavier trigger in it. Smooth though, smooth, standard reset. God, I love Glocks. Certificate of authenticity. How excellent is that?
That's cool.
For $600?
That's awesome.
Now I'm going to tell Wyatt, and I told him when I picked this up on loan, I said you need to order as many of these as you can. And he says I'm trying to, but they're allocated. They're
Yeah.
going to again come out in 5,000 batches. I think they're all sold. Be my guest. So it's going to come out a 5,000 batch, and later in 2020 another 5,000 batch. They're gone. Yeah. Especially with what's going on with the VPA stuff. This is a SOG Pentagon XR, by the way. Super cool knife, link below. SOG picking up their game, just like CRKT, dude. It's a cool little knife. They're not ultimately light, so this isn't like a 3-ounce knife. I think it's like 5.4, something like that, just over 5. Spear point, deep carry. Really cool knife, though. And then, what's this, TD?
A Rizel. It's a variable geometry interceptor. They tried to make it as cost-effective as possible, so he's not really all that well armed.
Did you put that together, or
No.
Last Suspect?
He did this one.
Super cool.
He has a great paint job on it.
We have a lot of Gundams in the boys collection. So a lot of Gundam fans in TP, like we've been saying. And amazingly, we can show a Gundam on a tabletop review, and there's guys that will know which one it is.
I'll throw a link into this. The normal version, you can kind of see some of the base color in the back there.
Yeah.
It's like turquoise, bluish. You've seen mine before. I did that.
Oh, yeah, right back orange. Here.
I have the big Defensor unit.
So he painted that whole thing.
Yeah.
It came in turquoise.
Yeah.
King Tiger. This is probably Leningrad. Probably late 1944.
I think we need to petition the army to start using Zimmerit again.
Zimmerit.
It just looks cool.
The watch for the review, by the way, is a Casio, I think AQW 800 with a hands mod. Super affordable, super cheap, and it makes me happy. Here comes a Citizen CA4210 field watch, solar powered. Awesome watch, awesome watch. We'll put a bunch of links below, and if you like it, you can get it. So bottom line, you said you would not buy a P80.
If I could get it at this price at $600, I would buy.
It's a no-brainer at $600. At $700, I think it's a no-brainer.
It starts creeping past 7 to 8, maybe 9, depending on demand in your area. Keep in mind, where I am, I know guys that were paying like $1,200 for Glock 19Xs. That's how desirable they were this year.
Now, will that elevated price demand continue? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? We'll find out. P80, though, awesome gun. Shoots great. It's a Glock 17 with the resemblance of a Gen 1 Glock 17. We love it.